Christopher Bell goes back-to-back, winning 2 out of the first 3 races this season, getting the win in Austin, Texas, holding off William Byron and Tyler Reddick for the race win. Let's talk about it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video talking about a post-race review of the NASCAR Cup Series. It was COTA, Austin, Texas today as we went road course racing. Excuse me, for the first time in a while. It's the first road course race since the Roval last year. So, yeah, next week we're back on ovals, regular 1 mile ovals. I mean, I wish it wasn't Phoenix, but oh well, it is what it is. That's a topic for later in the video. But anyway, let's talk what happened today in Austin. So it was green flag from the get-go, and I mean, you had the feeling as soon as they waved the green flag that it was going to be an interesting day. Heading into turn 1, Austin. We'll get to Austin Dillon later, but Ross Chastain thought it would be a good idea to completely bullet send that thing right up into turn 1, and Elliott took some toe link damage, spun around to collect a Todd Gilliland there as well. Not the greatest results for, well, not the greatest conclusion for the 9 car. Qualified third, and then you're back in last virtually immediately. Another victim of this wreck ended up being Cup Series rookie debutant, however you want to say it, Connor Zillage. Connor Zillage making his Cup Series debut in the 87 car, won the Xfinity race yesterday. I took some time. I sometimes watch Xfinity, sometimes I don't. Just depends on my schedule and all that stuff. And yeah, I was gonna do some recordings, but I had to do something right after the race. I didn't really have the time, but I usually like to keep the race on my phone. But watch Connor Zillage dominate the Xfinity race yesterday. Him and Carson Kvapil were really going at it there for a lot of laps, but unfortunate for Connor Zillage that he had that flat tire. Just looking back at that lap 1 instant there, like, yeah, I don't know what Chastain was doing. He just completely sent it in. And that looked like some old COTA moves from like 2 years ago where no one just gave a damn about the other in overtime. But it's Chastain, man. You come to expect it from the guy sometimes. But oh well, what can you do? And yeah, the rest of the first 2 stages, I mean, this 88 car of Shane Van Gisbergen, he was great. SVG was absolutely one of the best cars today, especially if he got clean air. That WeatherTech Camaro was second to none. I mean, he got past Reddick early in stage 1. He set up the move beautifully, and I wish he kept through with that all day, because my god, I would have won a lot of money if Shane Van Gisbergen would have just kept it through. Like, Shane, oh my god, why? Oh, Shane, what can you do? Anyway, yeah, Van Gisbergen was very dominant today. He had one of the fastest cars in the field, especially in those first 2 stages. But one guy who was really giving SVG a good run for his money, especially early on, was Kyle Busch. Now, Kyle Busch, I can't say I expected him to be anywhere near the front today. I mean, now that I think about it, in 2023's COTA race, he did finish second to Tyler Reddick. And I mean, he does have the odd road course where he does look really good too. So, you know, sometimes he can get to the front. These things happen. But, you know, I wanted to see Kyle Busch get the win. I really did. I wanted to see Kyle Busch get the win. It would have been really cool to see him break that winning streak here at COTA. But at the end of the day, that RCR number 8 just wasn't fast enough. It would have been really cool to see him get the win, but yeah, oh well. When the guys do their pit stops before the stage, or like the pre-stage caution pit stop, I like to call it, Kyle and Shane were virtually together the whole time. I remember at the end of stage 1, Kyle was bumping Shane out of the pit road exit. I was like, god damn, Kyle, don't speed here a little bit. But the guys who did stay out for the stages were guys who were just trying to get good runs out of their day and try and get the most out of the results, sort of thing. And Bubba Wallace did end up getting the win in stage 1. Joey Logano, I remember, finished second, and honestly, for those guys, it was just damage limitation. Bubba Wallace did great. He qualified first. He didn't qualify first. if Tyler Reddick didn't exist, he would have qualified first. But Bubba Wallace got a P2 in qualifying. He lifted first so he could stay behind Reddick, and I mean, he used up a lot of his tires early to keep with Reddick. He's still got some work to do with the road course racing, but you can clearly see the improvements for Bubba Wallace at road courses. So, you know, great job, Bubba. The hard work's paying off, so keep it up, man. Keep it up. You're doing some great work. And yeah, you can see, I'm just taking a look at Twitter to recap the highlights, and you can see Elliott getting the toe link repaired at the end of stage 1. We'll talk about Elliott more when I get to the post-race results, but Elliott was back in the back the most of the day, so the fact that he rebounded as well as he did, like, fair play to him. But yeah, beginning of stage 2, Kyle Busch made a big dive bomb on SVG to get the lead. Kyle Busch did actually lead the most laps today. That is crazy to think about, that Kyle Busch led the most laps. But for the first half of the race, him and SVG were trading the lead like it was no one's business. And pre-stage caution pit stops happened, and stage 2 winner was Ryan Preece in the stage 60 car. Well, it's not stage 60 anymore. I guess that was like their open entry car. I don't know what the RFK's 4th all-star car will be if they decide to open a 4th car or whatever. But right at the beginning of the first the beginning of the final stage, stage 3, Daniel Suarez, who was having a great day, to be fair to him, I didn't see him out of the top 5, top 10 all day. He was really a contender today. Suarez just went over the second last corner curb wrong. He caught the little hot dog curb, as Kevin Harvick called it. Just got off the curb a little too bad, and yeah, Connor Zilic was involved in this wreck as well. Suarez was just spinning. Zilic couldn't really see through the smoke. They end up colliding. Zilic is left in the tire the safety tire barrier, whatever you want to call it. Suarez takes the damage from it. They're both out of the race. Unfortunately for Justin Marks, 2 Trackhouse cars were taken out there. And yeah, Connor Zilic, he had a great Cup debut, man. I mean, I know that it'll go down in the history books as a last place finish, but he had top 10 speed all day today. I mean, I don't think he would have finished I don't think he would have finished any higher than the top 5. But yeah, no, I think Connor Zilic made a really good impression on this Cup Series debut. This kid's going to be something to watch for the seasons to come. I think he should have another year or 2 in Xfinity after this, just to like keep building his reputation, you know. I think Connor Zilic is going to need that, especially for the ovals, because once you see Connor Zilic getting 1 or 2 oval wins a season, I think you're going to see a lot out of this kid. I think he's going to be something special for the future, especially with how good he is on those road courses, man. Connor Zilic is going to be something to watch, and I think he had the fastest lap for a majority of the race, but we'll talk more about Connor Zilic at the end. But yeah, great job by him. Kyle Busch was leading the rest of the race, until the next caution, but Christopher Bell was hunting him down after that restart. You could tell, the more this race went on, you could tell that Bell was going to be a contender at the end of this race. C-Bell just had what it takes today. He had the speed, he had the road course ringing skills, he just had it all. He well and truly did. But yeah, Kyle Busch was leading, and then his teammate stuck in the gravel did bring out a caution. Unfortunately, Denny Hamlin got some dirt underneath his tires, locked up the brakes heading into the new short chute of the COTA circuit. I mean, we'll talk more about the short chute at COTA in a bit and how they shortened up the track, but long story short, I really like it. I think the racing was better because of it. But Austin Dillon was stuck in the kitty litter, as Boyer and Harvick were calling it. And yeah, Denny Hamlin was able to drive away. Denny Hamlin did actually, I'm pretty sure Hamlin was the one who gave Zilic that flat tire at the beginning of the race. So, because you could see a piece of Denny's right front was missing ever since the start of the race. Not a great day for the National Debt Relief number 11, but the Brez Tree Chevrolet of Austin Dillon was stuck in the gravel, and that brought out a caution. Restart happens. Busch has the inside, Byron on the outside, and yeah, Busch defended well, and it was just a big old cluster behind him. Bell sneaks his way back up in a second after the pit stop cycle, because some guys pitted earlier, some guys pitted later. SBG was one of the ones who pitted later. I was praying he would get to the front, but he made contact with Allmendinger, Just wasn't his day, unfortunately. And then you had the final laps where those 4 guys were just under a blanket. Fair play to Kyle Busch, man. Bell was throwing the kitchen sink at him for about 20 laps. Well, 15 to 20 laps. Kyle Busch defended with everything he had. You should see him at the end of the race. His right rear tire, all the Goodyear's logos was right off it. Kyle Busch was giving it hell to defend from Christopher Bell. Blocking, you know, cutting him off a little bit here and there, but still racing him clean, you know. Short shooting the corners. Well, not short shooting, but like defending the angles. But eventually, I think it was with 6 to go, Bell made the move. I want to say it was 6 to go. Christopher Bell got the lead back. He had the inside into turn 1. Well, the inside in turn 20. Cleared him in turn 1. Kyle Busch was just out of tires at that point. Byron got past him easily as well. Reddick got past him easily as well. And then you had a 3-way fight for the win with all 3 drivers under a blanket. Bell, Byron, and Tyler Reddick. This was a great battle for the win. And I really thought Byron was going to use the bumper. But I respected Byron for not doing it. He said after the race, you know, Bell's raced me clean. I didn't want to upset the favor sort of thing. But yeah, Byron made the move. Tried to make the move on multiple occasions. He was just slightly there. He would get up to like about here, not fully make the move. He would try to go for switchbacks, cut off different angles for Bell, try to give him the dominant lines on exits, which is how you need to race on these road courses. But unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. I mean, Reddick could have made a move as well. I was half expecting it to end up like 2022, but Christopher Bell wins at the Circuit of the Americas. A great win for the 20 team, his 2nd win in a row. And he could very well go win 3 or 4 in a row. If you look at the tracks coming up, we got Phoenix, Las Vegas. Hell, he could go win Homestead. He could go win 5 in a row very easily. Martinsville, he's won there. Darlington, he could very well win there. Christopher Bell. Thank God I put a bet on this guy to win the championship at the beginning of the season. Because god damn, Christopher Bell is starting to make a statement here. Win on a super speedway, win on a road course. If he goes out and wins on a short oval next week, whoo, baby, see Bell, man, he's making some big statements. I've got to say that. But yeah, man, Christopher Bell with another win. Let's talk your results. After today's race at the Circuit of the Americas, here are your finishing results. Christopher Bell pulls off the win after a very good performance, I must say. Shout out Christopher Bell. Oh my god, that was a great drive to the front. William Byron with a 2nd. He was another one of those guys who just slowly crept his way up there the whole race. He qualified 15th, finished P2. Just slowly but surely getting his way up to the front. William Byron with a P2. Tyler Reddick P3, had the pole, started to fall back a little bit, but bounced back as the race went on. Good race for Tyler Reddick. Chase Elliott qualified 3rd, dropped back to 37th on lap 1, got a 4th place finish. Great result for him. Kyle Busch, it's disappointing for him, man. I mean, the win streak was almost broken. He tried and he tried and he tried, but he got there in the end, so good job, Kyle Busch. Good points day, if nothing else. If he's going to try and point his way into the playoffs, he's going to need consistent runs like that. So good job, Kyle Busch. Shane Van Gisbergen, P6, nothing wrong with that. Qualified P6, finished P6. We expect a little more from Shane Van Gisbergen, but yeah. Mexico and Chicago are the big 2 races I'm looking for Shane Van Gisbergen. If he's not in the top 5, top 10, dominating there, then yeah, I don't know. I can guarantee he will be though. Chris Buescher, another consistent road course finisher, pulls off a P7. Noah Gragson P10. I never saw this coming. Alex Bowman P9. Thought he would have a better day at COTA, but is what it is. Alex Bowman, you know, he's really good around here. He's got like he averages a 4th place finish here or something crazy. So, oh well, good result for Bowman. Todd Gilliland, Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain, when he's not committing terrorism. Carson Hocevar, Chase Briscoe, Brad Keselowski, Justin Haley. He had a great day. Haley was up in the top 15, top 10 most of the day, so good job, Justin Haley. Riley Herbst, Ricky Stenhouse, Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer, Joey Logano, Austin Cindric, Josh Berry, Eric Jones, Ty Dillon, Zane Smith, AJ Allmendinger, Cody Ware, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson was having a pretty good day, but unfortunately Kyle Larson did have a tire blow off. I'm pretty sure it was right before the end of stage 2. That's something I forgot to mention. Larson just flat out had a wheel blow off. So Cliff Daniels probably won't be seen on top of the pit box for a couple races, but it is what it is. Unfortunate result for Larson, but this is what you get from Kyle Larson. You're either in the top 5 or you have something go wrong. That's just pretty much how it is with Kyle Larson. Ryan Preece. Oh my god. I'm choking. Ty Gibbs. I expected a way better day from Ty Gibbs. He was running in the top 5 last year, but Ty Gibbs just needs a good run, man. His confidence just looks shot at the moment. He doesn't look anywhere near the same driver he was at the first half of last season. So Ty Gibbs needs a confidence changer. Austin Dillon, who got stuck in the gravel, finishes P35. Daniel Suarez and Connor Zilic round out the results. Now, let's put this race on the Skyler scale. Alrighty then, to put this race on the Skyler scale, what are we going to give this race at the Circuit of the Americas? I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed today's race at COTA. Not a lot to complain about. I mean, this car makes it hard to pass on road courses. You could see that throughout the day, and it's hard to give the bumper too. I mean, it's a lot easier than what it was in the beginning of the next gen era, but things are getting better. Things are getting better. And you know, I thought today showed that. I thought the layout change for COTA was great. I really hope COTA can get back for next year because I know it isn't on the contract with SMI. So if we can get COTA back next year, I think this is going to be a great place for NASCAR to keep coming for some fantastic road course racing. But to put COTA on the Skyler scale, I'm going to say this race was it's between a 75 and an 80%. And to be nice, because I did enjoy the race, I'm going to give it an 80. This was a really good road course race. There's not a lot more you can ask for from a road course race. I really enjoyed it. Now, can there be more bump and runs? Can there be more of this? Can there be more of that? Yeah, sure. But good, clean racing is something hardcore fans really do appreciate. And I think you saw that out on the track today. So if we can just keep having some great racing like this, I think we're going to go a long way for the future of the NASCAR Cup Series. But guys, don't forget, smash that like button, drop a comment, like, share, subscribe with those notifications turned on so you never miss a future video here on the channel. And don't forget, guys, join the Patreon, join the Twitch. Links are in the description down below. Also, links to the NASCAR, IndyCar, and F1 fantasy leagues on GridRival are down below in the description. If you can beat me on fantasy, you can take home a $100 gift card of your choice. It was $50 before, but screw it. $100. Just because I like you guys. $100 gift card can be won if you beat me on fantasy, finish P1 in the league. Links are down in the description. NASCAR league's probably off limits because I've probably... yeah, I'm 2 races ahead now, so you guys better catch up a little bit. You got some work to do. IndyCar just had their first race of the season today. Alex Palou got the win. I didn't really get to watch it much. I was trying to pay attention to the United game. I had the United game up on the TV. I had the IndyCar race on my phone. Kind of stinks, but what can you do? Remember, guys, leave a like, drop a comment, share, subscribe, do the whole YouTube drill. And yeah, another great race for the NASCAR Cup Series. Yeah, good race at COTA, and I'll see you next week where we head to Phoenix. And what I wanted to say earlier about Phoenix is I don't mind Phoenix being the championship race. It's not the worst venue in the world. It could be a super speedway or it could be a road course. I don't want to see a championship finale take place at either of those, but yeah, I want Homestead to be back as the finale, but can we please go to Phoenix for 1 race a year if we're going to make it the championship race? It's just something that drives me crazy. But yeah, guys, I'll see you next week at Phoenix. Take care, and peace!